this computer. So I don't know if I have, do you have Karen's thing to message her, Dieter? And could just say, is she coming?
I knew that she said at some point that she is participating in this, but we are not in close contact with this course. I didn't know that I would join.
Yes.
So I just decided that this evening.
In the last minute. Okay. So, hi, Karen. I'll just see if we... Ooh.
In this video, we'll go over how to join a Zoom meeting. When receiving a Zoom invitation, you'll see the join.
Okay. So I've sent her a message. I don't know if she'll pick it up if she's online. Hopefully she'll find her way here. So anyway, let's begin. It's World Energy Day. So we're celebrating energy today as well. And it's great that we're starting our little group off. There's another member who is on a different time zone, Aok. She wanted to join, but this is the night for her. So hello, welcome Aok to the replay. You can say hi to her.
Hi, Aok. Hi.
And also for Karen, if any for reason she misses this one, welcome to the first session. So nice to see you. Not everybody knows each other. So maybe as we're going to have 8 weeks together, it would be good to get acquainted before we embark upon our journey. So who would like to introduce themselves first to the ones who don't know you?
Yeah, maybe I can start.
Yeah, go ahead, Dieter.
I'm Dieter. I'm in Germany, and I'm a DOE trainer, doing trainings with single participants, one-on-one. And I've done a Supermind course with Sandra and lots of Project Sanctuary, but I want to learn some more about emo and Sandra's special way of doing this, which seems to be very simple, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Thank you, Dieter. And that's very nice symbol painting you've got behind you there as well. I like the colours, a very striking energy.
Lovely.
Nice to have that behind you, actually. And sort of, yeah, it's shining.
Very colorful.
Yeah, it's very nice, yeah. So, Margarita.
I'm Margarita, and I'm living in Dublin. I have been doing energy since God knows when. 2003 was the first I did emo with Sylvia, and I've practically done every course she has done since. And but I think I have to. They take time for me to digest. But I'm doing the art course, but I'm away behind all the others because I've been away and one thing and another, and things happening in my life. But I really am determined to catch up because I just think it's wonderful. The art course is wonderful. And isn't it, Dieter? It's really good. Look at Dieter's there on the wall. When I see some of the others, I just squirm and I say, but I was trying to make a video tonight of me singing my song, because Sylvia told me to sing my own song. So I had one tonight, but I couldn't find the video. I couldn't get it on the video. So I had to try again.
We'll look forward to that anyway, definitely. Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
And I just think we're so blessed to have all this energy movement, not for ourselves alone, but for each other, for those we love, for our countries, for our politicians, everything. Because that's what doing the energy has done for me. And I'm a sister, and it has linked up powerfully for me with my religious prayers and beliefs. And it has shown me the energy of what I am doing and saying so much more powerfully than I've ever learned from any church or any religious teacher.
Mm. Yeah, so that's saying something. Thanks, Margarita. Janine, welcome.
Hi, I'm Janine in the UK. I've known Marguerite from the energy conferences for the last probably 15 years. I don't do much in between. I've got a normal job. I keep thinking I'm going to do something with this professionally, but I never get round to it. I've done the Supermind course, love that. I did it with Ilka. That's about it, really. That's me.
Thanks. Yeah. Welcome. And Rosette, the wonderful trainer in Switzerland. We're very impressed with how successful you are. We need to learn something.
Well, it has a lot of success here, but it's pretty new because French-speaking people are not so open to the energy, well, whatever we can do with energy. And now it's going very well, so I am doing especially modern energy healing and also EFT, you know, energy EFT. But my whole background is mostly in palliative care. I have been a pioneer because I am pretty old, and I have really always looked for ways to help people with their pain, whatever pain, you know, physical or mental or spiritual, and whatever I can learn in this respect, I am very open to that.
So really, that's very nice to know, actually, Rosette. So yeah, thank you for sharing.
Je suis très content de faire de votre connaissance, Rosette. Je connais bien la mentalité française.
Yeah, you need a whole conference before the course to explain why you dare to give the course, but it's very interesting.
So, well, you all know me, but what's might be worth explaining is just how I came to be, you know, to put this together. And so you may have read while you've been registering, not long ago, I was sitting over the phone with a friend of mine and doing my version of emo with her to help her with the pain from her broken elbow. And I kind of, over the years of working with emo, got my own style and picking up things and the way that we've come to understand the energy body and blockages and problems in the energy body, and as kind of absences of energy, which then need to have energy added. So as we've kind of evolved, I've kind of come to my own way of working with emo, and very simply, it's just shining love onto something, on whatever the problem is, which you can locate and find where it is. So this is the way that I work with people now. And so I was after this session with a friend where she was delighted about how her experience, and it just catalyzed me to think I somehow should be doing something more to make this available. So I put the videos together, as some of you have seen. Who I know Janine's been working with them. How do they work actually on video as effective? How effective are they to work with as videos?
They're quite good because they're nice short little clips, and I didn't actually get to the end of them yet.
Yeah.
But I was sort of walking through alongside them. I've still got issues with my foot, so I'm still working on that. So
yeah,
it seems to work, but it doesn't hold. and that's the bit that I need some
investigation about that. Yeah. And so anyway, from there, I thought, well, let's kind of put something together, because we've got lots of training courses and we've got foundation courses for self-help. But what we haven't got is something that just gives us a forum to actually work through our issues which we want to particularly focus on. And so I thought to put this together, to have a little course, we can sort ourselves out with whatever pains that we have, using the best approaches that I'm aware of, which I use myself, and in the way that I use them. So, and here we come to be as we are together. So thank you for joining on this first one. I would like to develop this, so as we go along, it would be good to actually get your feedback on, how it's going for each module and what you gain from it. So let's begin with what your aims are for this. So it's called Healing Pain with Love, and I've opened that up to generic, whatever the pain, problem, physical, mental, emotional life, whatever that is. What do you hope to find some evolution for yourself? So I'd like to understand what your aim, so I can work with you towards that. So, Margarita.
I suppose at the moment, even though I found a way the other night of improving my muscular rheumatism. I think I told you about it. I held my index finger just very lightly. I think you might know it, Jin Jutsu. It's a Japanese. And just by chance, I saw somebody from England actually had written that it's good for the muscles to hold the index finger of the hand. So I did that the other night, and to my amazement, but I also did something else. I was in my body and breathing, and I was doing that. And to my amazement, next morning, I usually have to take steroids for it, for the pain or the stiffness. And I could move much more freely. And ever since, I'm beginning to improve, but I still feel I have a way to go. And I would like to try and see how healing pain with love, it could be, because I'm a very strong believer in the power of love. And let me explain what I mean. That's why I write in capital letters, LOVE. And I know not everyone has the same belief as I have, but I have a very powerful belief. As a Catholic, we have this thing, we make the sign of the cross, and we do this, and I often say it's like we'd be washing our face. But when I do it, I bring down the energy of the Father, and the Father says, Jesus. And then the breath of love going through my hands, through my heart, and out through my hands, so that I can put my hands wherever the pain is. But I need to develop it. I need maybe support from others as well. But I'm not asking anybody else to do that. But it's just to say that if you have a belief in love, divine love, or love that's greater than us, it doesn't matter what your belief is. If we have belief in that, I think what I'd like to do is to develop that for myself, to develop the power of love to heal. And we all need it. Politicians need it. All kinds of people. I think we're all very conscious of some of the leaders that we've got and how they need love. We condemn them so often, but I think they need love. And that's my dream, that through something like this, we can actually heal others with love as well. Heal situations with love. That's my big dream for it.
Thank you.
Elsa, I am Rosette. I listened to the two first videos, three short videos. I have a problem of pain too, due to a cancer treatment. And I tried with this, whatever you proposed, and I already had a very interesting result. I am sure that it's a way to do it. I have also taught Reiki at some point and so on, but I like the idea of love, and it worked. I had one less. I didn't have to take anything that morning, and I think it's going to be very interesting for me to use whatever you are going to give us.
So thank you. So that's good. So if I understand that right, again, just for the replay, so you've used the videos and started to get some changes, something's happening with your pain, by working in this way, and your pain is post-cancer treatment. It's sort of a residual from your cancer treatment.
Well, it's due to an ongoing hormonotherapy that is really painful on the joints.
Ongoing hormonal therapy, did you say?
Hormonal, yeah, with hormones.
Okay, and it's your joints.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just explore and investigate and discover what happens and how we respond as a result of working this way. So thank you, Rosette. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Janine, how about you? What's your hopes for this?
I want to keep working with the problem with my feet. I think my mum died in January and she had osteoarthritis, and I swear I've taken it on from her. So I do think there's an emotional connection and component to that. I'd also like to work with gaining confidence and working on self-sabotage, because I've done so many of these courses and other courses all my life and never used them. I had a big rethink about what I wanted to do. I went to Australia for 3 weeks just before Christmas, and that was life-changing, and I lost a lot of weight and found a new sort of purpose in life. So I want to move forward. I'm looking at fostering, difficult teenagers and being able to help them. And I just want to have the confidence and the ability, to try and set them on a good path and, like Marguerite says, change lives.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's nice. Yeah, also. So a bit of physical and a bit of emotional things going on.
I'm sure the physical is emotional. I know there's a tie to my mum and what, it wasn't a traumatic death. It was a nice, expected, because it can get death. But it wasn't long after that the problem with my feet started, and I've actually had to cut down the jobs I'm doing, which I don't want to be doing. So I'm sure that's psychological as well. So yeah.
So okay, so thanks for that. Yeah, that's good. I'm just making some notes so I can keep track on how you're doing through the progress that we make. So Dieter, what about you? What are your aims from this?
First I wanted to say that, I couldn't hear very well, the Janine and Rosette, what they were saying. So it was, for me, it was not very understandable.
So Janine, if I can maybe clarify if the sound's not good coming from Janine, foot pain kind of emanating after her mum died, so some kind of emotional possible links there, and also more confidence and getting over your self-sabotage, and to help you in your new vocation now of raising foster kids and helping them in their life. So I don't know if that's a little bit clearer to just kind of repeat that. It's good that we know, each other aims.
Yeah,
That
I
is,
think after a while I'm getting the accent and all of that better. Probably I have to like kind of compute or calculate the sounds, and
yeah,
that in the end they will make sense. But,
yeah, yeah,
first of all, it's kind of a really annoying.
yeah. So,
For me,
yeah, what about you?
yeah, for me, it's basically the consequences of my lifestyle. Yeah, I'm like in a very small space here, and I'm sitting too much, and I can't really move here. So I have like some hip kind of problems. Like when I move, when I get out here, then that goes away. But right now, it's kind of sitting a long time. Some hip pain, and also back of my head and neck. That's kind of a tense. Not very bad, but would like some betterment for that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So, well, thanks for sharing that. It's good for us to know, for me to know, and also, as I said, to know each other as aims as well. I'm just going to slightly turn my volume up on here, if I can, just to, then, oh, and I don't need to kind of lean towards the screen too much. So, okay, so quite a lot of complex different things going on for us. And so the way, you know, how we come to have our symptoms, let's call them symptoms, is as a result of how we're interacting with life, with what life is presenting us, and how we're responding to that, whatever that is. So whether it's, you know, the build-up of whatever happened leading up to muscular rheumatism, or what happened that your feet started to hurt, or, you know, even undergoing treatment that is then having some effect on you. Something's happening to us, to the mind, body, spirit system, that we are processing and interacting with it. And there's, you know, the model that we've come to understand about energy is that when it's flowing, we feel good. So we've got energy, we feel emotionally good, but the mind, body, spirit system, although we focus on energy, and we're going to be focusing with energy through the sessions, but we can't avoid the fact that the whole mind, body, spirit system is affected by our energy. So we're going to influence our physicality and our mental state as a result as well. So when we have symptoms of discomfort, there's some kind of a blockage or disturbance or something that's not flowing well. And what Sylvia, when we started out with emo, we used to think about pain, dense energy. Feels dense, actually, when it feels heavy and it feels solid and it's not moving, and it feels, we used to call it dense energy. But actually what we've come to understand and appreciate is actually there's a lack and an absence of energy there. And so why it feels dense, maybe there's no movement, there's no flow, there's much less flow and movement happening there. So we experience it like in a metaphorical way as dense, but it's actually, there's an absence of energy. So really all of the techniques is bring energy to the place which is energy, with the aim of restoring the flow in that area. And not only restoring the flow, but overflowing it with more energy, so that we raise the energy flow of that area. And that's a particular thing that we've missed a lot in our energy work, because we've kind of been so happy to be relieved of the pain, particularly, that we don't go beyond that. So that's simply the model to work with. It's very, very simple. And so the first step is recognizing that something has happened or has been happening to our mind, body, spirit system. Our natural resistance to pain is actually helping perpetuate it, because we don't like it, we don't want it, we're feeling uncomfortable, we're unhappy with it, we're kind of resisting it. And then there's like an opposing force to the natural flow that's wanting to happen. So the first step is to allow it to be and to accept it as it is. And even though that might feel like going into the discomfort a little bit more, being with the pain, being with the symptom, and allowing it opens the way for some kind of movement to take place and some kind of change to take place. And then having opened the way to then just bring in, and ways of bringing in energy are just looking. As we pay attention, our energy goes where our attention is. So just by being able to sit and look and focus on an area then that is lacking in energy, we're bringing energy there. Secondly, we can think, what's the quality of our attention? Are we looking angrily, impatiently? Are we looking gently, with compassion and with love? And so if we bring that quality of energy to our gaze, then we're bringing more energy to that place. And then, so that's just paying attention and having a quality of attention. And then the next is intention. And intention is simply thinking about the result that you would like to see. It's not actually doing anything, it's just thinking about what you would like to see. So while you're focusing your attention, we can be also thinking what we would like to see, which is the thing, whatever it is, getting softer and starting to flow, and encouraging the flow. And then as we go further, we can enhance the quality of our attention further, and the power of our intention further as well, which I'll kind of bring up some of those things as we go further forwards. So actually it's very simple. There's just a lack of energy, and we're bringing energy to the place where there's a lack of energy. And the quality of the energy we bring, and then emo kicks in with, well, once energy starts to move, it may want to travel and flow. We may experience the body as well, and we can assist that. So simple, really, simple. And so we like it because it's simple. And so let's spend some time to make a start on what's going on for us right now. So notice how you're feeling, what you're feeling in your body, what symptoms you'd like to explore, and give yourself a score, just kind of to note how uncomfortable or how blocked you are right at the start, and give us a shout out where you'd put that at. Margarita.
-3.
Yeah. Dita?
Yeah, mine is around 4.
Rosette, minus?
I'm Rosette.
Could you say that again, Rosette?
I said around 4.
-4, okay. Dita?
No, -3 or something.
Minus
Maybe.
3. Janine?
-4.
-4. Okay, so it's a sort of significant something going on for us. So let's just take a couple of deep breaths and bring your attention into your body. So if you want to close your eyes and not be distracted by what's around you, and focus your attention in your body to where your symptoms are. And just a couple of deep breaths, first of all. And become aware of the size and the kind of density or heaviness of the pain symptoms. And then the first thing is just accept it as it is. And allow it to be there as it is, with a couple of breaths. I allow it to be as it is. And just spend a few moments being with it, being with the pain. And now, as you have your attention on the pain, just think about gentleness of your attention. Looking at it with gentle attention. So there's nothing actually to do but look with gentleness and loving attention. And to breathe and allow it to be as it is, and just look with love. Yawning is a good sign. So just relaxed breathing. Hold your attention focused there with gentleness and love. And as you will work from the inside at your end, I'll be working. Now I know what you're focusing on. I also will add my loving attention to the group energy. And then what's interesting to consider is that however this has happened and come to be as it is, we find ourselves now sitting the energy of love to ourself. And that's actually a good thing. So we might even smile as we're looking with love at the pain. And anything that changes, spreads, softens, whatever happens, just allow it. And look with love and gentle attention. And another quality of attention that we can bring as we're gazing on this area is compassion. Because here's a part of us that's kind of struggling. So we can bring a gentle, loving, compassionate attention to this place that's calling our attention. And just allowing any softening, spreading, or movement to take place. Looking with love, compassion, and smiling at this place that you're shining love into. As you start to notice some kind of changes or movements taking place, just allow it. Breathe in a deep and a relaxed way. And feel free to move your body. Check yourself out, how you're doing. And let's have a little pause and see what's happening already from this. So, Margarita.
I felt when I relaxed that I felt pain in lots of places in my body I hadn't noticed before.
Yeah.
And also this idea of looking with compassion and love, because I realize I've probably been looking with irritation and rejection on my body. Irritation because like the stiffness feels as if there were two hands pushing my body the whole time, and very irritated with it. And sometimes I kind of tap on my body with, really, I think it's an angry tap, really, rather than a healing tap.
Yeah.
And so it's not easy for me. So I feel that my own love is insufficient. So I'm actually asking the love of God to look into my body, or to look through me into my body, so that I have more love than I feel I have myself.
Yeah.
Because like at the moment, like compassion and tenderness and all that, they're just words to me. I just can't feel them towards myself.
Yeah.
And so allowing that love, because that's something important to me, and it's something that I feel is strong. Allowing God's love to look through me at my own body, and to feel it flowing. I actually do feel a movement of energy when I'm doing that.
Okay, good. So kind of something's moving, starting to evolve with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll come back and do some more. I just want to see what's starting to happen. So, Dieter.
I found that interesting. Like my attention at first was in the back, and but then I noticed that my eyes are very tense and tired, and kind of something going on there. and like lack of energy and like
Yeah.
all this art core stuff, probably I could understand that. Looking at my eyes, giving my eyes attention is an interesting thing, and but and something softened there, and started moving a bit, but it's kind of, there's also something
very
long-standing and
long-standing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, Janine.
I found it difficult, like Marguerite was saying, it's difficult to feel love for your own body parts. And I would focus for a bit and then it would slip in, you kind of move them to get the feel of it. And then you slip into annoyance because it's irritating. And then you remember, oh no, I'm supposed to be loving it. So back into love, back into annoyance, back into love.
Yeah.
But when you said compassion, I could feel that much easier. And that was when I relaxed into it far better with the compassion rather than love for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now it does feel, if I keep them still, I don't really feel it, but then I sort of stretch them a bit and it hurts. And then I think, well, do I focus on it still, but not hurting, but feeling like pins and needles?
Yeah.
Most of the time.
So I think, if you get some, when your body's still and then it becomes relaxed, that's already good. But then it's flexing your body. You're finding new limits, aren't you? So when you then start to move and you still feel there's something, then you can focus on that. So it's okay to flex a bit to find the new limits where there's not enough flow yet, and then to help you find the new focus. So that's okay. Rosette, how about you? About your pains?
It's diminished a little bit. What I do, I put my hand on the place where I hope for a little less pain, and I imagine that the love is coming from my heart through the hand, and it worked. I saw it the other day also when I tried that. Probably I do not use the love in my heart so much for me, and when I take care of spending some time with that love on me, it's working.
So the last thing you said, Rosette, wasn't very clear for me. So, and I'll repeat what you said for the others to hear, because it's quite difficult. So the result I got is that it's working, but so you just before that?
It's working. Yeah, I said that I use my hand.
Yeah.
I put it on the space where the pain is.
Yes.
And it's working because, well, it has been working. Let's say it like that.
Okay, great. So let's say something about using your hands as well as another way to bring energy.
Yes.
So we've talked about a few ways: attention and intention, and the quality of attention. But when we focus attention and when we focus our intention, the energy that emanates from us, we shine more. So the energy that's already flowing from your hands flows more. So it's wasted if we don't use it. So we might as well, while we focus our attention, use the energy from our hands also, if we can reach. And so that's another way. I know you can't always reach. If you can't physically reach, you can have the intention of your energy hands around the part of your body that needs it. So if you can't physically reach, or it gets uncomfortable to do it physically, then you can have the intention of your healing hands there too. So let's go back in, and I'll kind of just guide you back into the process and add the extra energy from your hands to the process. So tune back into where the remaining pain and discomfort is. And take a couple of deep breaths and once again allow it to be there and accept it as it is. And just consider this is a part of your body that's struggling. Calling our attention. So let's sit and be with it for a few moments, just looking with love and compassion for the difficulty that's going on in this place. If you can reach with your hand to that place, again, focusing your attention, looking with love and compassion, relaxed breathing and just allowing it. Become aware of the energy flowing from your hands or from your energy hands into that place. And then once again, realize here we are, bringing the energy of love into this place in the body, and that's a good thing. So we can even be thankful that we're sitting here doing that. Spend a few moments with the gaze of love and compassion into this place. Allowing everything. Whatever happens, just allow it. And as we're holding this place, we may also wonder, I wonder if this can become even softer than this. I wonder if it can soften even more. Allow it. And spreading out, just allow it. Just looking with love. Can it soften even more than this and start to spread and flow? I wonder. And all the while, just with a smile of thankfulness that here we are doing this, shining love into this place in the body. Allow any spreading to flow through your body. Follow it if it's spreading. Allowing everything. And just spend a few moments in that focus. Allowing it to soften, to spread and to flow. Okay, so just notice what's evolving. Take a deep breath. Let's just have a status check. And then I want to add a little bit more to what we're doing. We'll see how things are getting on so far. So, Dieter, how's it going in your neck and head?
Yeah, like it, something starts moving, and I had the first like kind of flashes, like energy screaming, like suddenly some energy streams, like, and the sensation that had kind of irritated me are less, you know, like they're kind of
Your eyes
better.
sensation is less.
Yeah.
And the neck?
The neck is better, like they're connected, and there's some now, like in the pelvis, like the hips are still there, but it's also better. Like it
Better.
feels milder, more.
Okay. So we've gone down from a -3 to
Yeah, around like -1, a bit, little
-1.
bit.
Just a bit left. Okay. Okay, good. Okay. Rosette, what about you?
Well, I would say also it went down. There is just the, how can I say, the place where it was, but it really diminished.
It's diminished.
Yeah, it's
Good.
like a remembrance of where it was.
Yeah. Like a shadow remembrance. Yeah, I get that. Okay, very good. Janine?
Well, I did make the effort to hold my foot. The left one is always worse, so I held that. And then I'd noticed the feeling of sort of tightness and tingling was starting halfway between my knee and my ankle, rather than at my foot. It's like the foot was the end point.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of moved my hands further up. So that felt good. And then I spent a little time on my left foot because I thought that needed it too. But also with the it being easier to feel compassion, I felt as we got to the end of it a sort of wave of compassion for the group too, like a kind of bonding.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah. Very nice. Thanks. Margarita?
-2.
-2 now. Okay. Yeah. Margarita?
I still have. I was amazed to find that there's so many more places where I have pain. Not bad, not strong pain, but just aches in different parts of my body.
Much more aware of them.
I wasn't aware of it before. I mean, I was just aware of my hips mainly because it's when I'm walking I notice it. But I feel very positive about the fact of attending with love to my body. And I think maybe if I continue to do that more, that's what I feel very positive about.
Yeah.
That's really what, and you know, when you said about how would it be if you did it more and allowed it more, I think that's very good as well, because I don't always think about allowing it more and more. And that is what I feel I need to do with it. I definitely feel there was a movement. So, I mean, I could feel the energy moving through my legs. Not in my body itself, but actually in my, and yes, I suppose now when I move my shoulders and that, there's definitely an improvement.
Yeah.
But I feel it needs a lot more because I've had.
You had it a long time. It's been a long time.
Yeah, and you know, when I had it previously in my shoulders and arms, it didn't last so long, but I realized that it's still there in essence, because that's what muscular rheumatism is, what they call polymyalgia rheumatica. It kind of comes and goes, and I still have it around my neck, back of my head, and my arms, and a little bit down my back as well. But it's only like a little ache that I can feel, but it certainly has improved. And even I think the whole thing of what I've learned from this is the power of the love that I feel, which is possibly all those other things like compassion and all that are in it, but I'm going for the big one.
It's okay, yeah. So, yeah.
I mean, it's the big one that satisfies my heart.
Yeah.
And because I suppose it's normal, like, because I am who I am, it's normal that I suppose I've been in love all my life with Jesus. And I suppose it's that is so powerful inside me.
Yeah.
And I think it's a gift I got from day one. I often say to people, I don't know whether other people have this or not, but I was euphoric at the beginning of my vocation. I was euphoric at the whole idea that Jesus loves me. And that has sort of never left. And I think that is so powerful. But then when I'm with people, when I see people or I hear people, it's that love that causes me to be compassionate or whatever. So, in fact, the compassion doesn't speak to me the loudest. It's the love that speaks to me the loudest, because I think it contains the others as well. And so I'm kind of happy enough that, not that I'm not compassionate towards myself, but that maybe the love is stronger, the feeling of love is stronger. And I'm finding that very, you know, even as you're talking, and just allowing the love, and I haven't been doing that for my own body. I think for everyone else,
Yeah,
not my body.
exactly. That's the thing, isn't it? We're all giving love to others, and we're our own body crying out for attention, and it's asking us to love it, and we're not doing. So this is a great opportunity. So I just want to add a couple more things to the process to enhance your, what you're doing. And I just want to talk a bit about intention. And intention is energy moving. And what we intend is then immediate. It happens immediately. But built into our intention can be our expectations and our past experiences of how things happen. So, for instance, as we're thinking, can it soften? Built into that is a kind of a metaphor of an ice cube softening, for instance, which is happening at a certain speed, for as an example. But actually, energy can happen just like that. So we can have the intention of softening fast and softening faster and softening fastest. We can just, in the same way of gently holding our intention, and wonder if we can also wonder if it can soften fast and even faster. And we can also, as we're holding our loving attention and our intention for softening, we can zoom forward in time and let more time be spent in the of that love and attention into that place, so that we kind of maximize the energy that's delivered there in the moment. I don't know if that's explained clearly to everybody. Dita, did you get my sense about that?
Sorry, I was kind of
doing your thing. So what I was saying is that what we intend is immediate, so we can care about what we're intending. So as we're thinking, can this become softer and start to spread and flow? We can also wonder and consider it softening fast, softening faster, and time zooming forward, so that our 5 minutes is like 50 minutes or more. So we kind of condensing much more energy work into a shorter space of time. Does that make sense? So I just want to kind of give you a few more things to play with in the bringing of energy to the place. Okay, and then we'll see how we go in this round. And then one more thing I'd like to consider is that once, like Rosette, you've said, well, it feels like there's just a remembrance of it now, and this is the kind of point where you think, okay, it's good enough, I'm done now. And we kind of leave it. And because we're, particularly with pain, we're looking to be pain-free. But actually, once we get pain-free, there's nothing there. There's nothing to stop us continuing to shine the love to the place that used to have pain, just because we can. And it's worth it, that part of the body. Just give it a blessing of extra love just for a change. So let's go back in again and do a little bit more. And I'll lead you into some of these things that I've been talking about, so you can some practice them. Okay, so check back in on what's remaining. So check your body out and just again accept it as it is, allow it to be as it is. Relaxed breathing. and smile as you bring your gentle attention there. Smile in the happiness of that we can do this, and we're doing it for our body. This bit of the body that's been struggling is getting some love, and isn't that great? So we can be happy in the quality of the energy that we're shining there. We can shine love, happy love there. Compassion and happy love shining to that place. Again, use your hands of love if you can and you want to, but hold your focus. Smiling happy love into that place. And wondering, can it soften fast? I wonder if it could soften faster. I wonder if it can soften even faster than this. Allow any adding or flowing. And as you're smiling that happy love into that place, zoom forward in time as you hold your attention there. And notice what happens. Smiling in happiness that we're shining love into this place. Even if it doesn't feel like there's any problem there, let's continue. And we can enter into thankfulness, real thankfulness of this time and space, an opportunity to be shining so much love into this place. And zooming forward in time. That this place has even more happy love shining there. Allow everything. Allow spreading in your body. And if they're spreading and flowing, again, shining that happy light at all of that area. Allowing everything. I'm wondering, can it soften fast and flow fast? Can it soften and flow even faster? I wonder. And if there's flow through the body, and see if you can sense an outflow from the body. From where? And then taking your time, just let's come back and check yourself, breathe. And feel how that feels.
Wow.
Margarita.
Do you know what? You know what I just shared with you there about being in love?
Yeah.
Suddenly I felt, and again, you'll excuse me talking because this is who I am, but you know, I felt Jesus in my body is the physical expression of the spiritual, of who God is spiritually. So this last time, what I felt was Jesus inside my body and his love spreading through my whole body and getting stronger and stronger. And then I felt my body, like they say the aura, that our body is just a physical expression of our whole spirit, and that our aura is our spirit, like, which is much wider than our physical body. And it opens up, it can open up to infinity, really, our spirit. So I felt that, that Jesus was just, the love of Jesus was just spreading through my body and way out beyond my body. And I tell you what, I'm feeling much better. I know I probably need to keep doing it more, but it was a very powerful experience, this last experience for me, because like, how often before have I felt, yeah, Jesus lives in me, and he lives in everybody who's a Christian, really. Or I suppose Jesus lives in everybody, really, but not everyone knows it. But for me, it was so powerful, the feeling that Jesus is right in my body with his love, with all the love of God, and just there, and that I don't allow it half of the time, to just relax and let it flow. Because after all, when we talk about the flow of energy, what are we talking about? We're talking about the flow of love. The love of, like Sylvia talks about the oceans of love. And I love that expression, because I mean, God is oceans of love. And so that was powerful, just letting the oceans of love flow through my body, just healing it, and just allowing myself to allow it, to feel it happening. Because sometimes it can be so difficult to believe that it could happen. And I think that's been my problem, that I couldn't believe that I could heal myself. I could feel other people could heal, but not myself. And so that has been powerful. Thank you so much. I think this has done for me something because, you know, I talked earlier about politicians and situations and all that. I think this healing with love, healing the body with love, has much more powerful application in our lives than we realize. Like, we're all sort of, those of us in, partly in Europe as well, but partly in those islands, we have a lot of concern now about the lack of love in what's happening. And, you know, but the fact that we actually can take the situation and be in it and heal it with love. And that is so powerful. So thank you, Sandra, because I think you're opening up far more than you realize with your healing, heart healing with love. So thank you. And thank you, everybody else, for listening.
Dita. Thank you, Margarita. Anything to add for this kind of extra awareness and intentions? How's that helped? What's going on with you?
You mean me? Or what?
Yeah, Dita. Yeah.
And that was very nice. Like, I felt like this whole seeing thing, like this whole these kind of pathways that open up. And, was actually easy, this allowing. I don't have so much verbal stuff going there. It's just like floodgates open, and then at some point they just open and then flows, and then it's all over. This whole stuff, lack stuff that's gone, and there's just some flow there. And that's basically
So your eyes and your neck and your hips now. Oh.
Yeah, the hips are still a bit, but like the head stuff.
Head's all clear.
Yeah, it's like kind of good sleep or something. Like it's all
yeah, good.
Your face looks different, Dita.
Yeah.
Your face is radiant.
So,
yeah,
Janine.
It's not, but it's not electricity. It's some other stuff.
Yeah, it's a kind of electricity, isn't it? Plugged in and in flow. Yeah. So, Janine, how are your feet doing now, and how are you?
I feel really good. I like to just say that it's, you know, more of what Marguerite and Dita both said. It's this allowing it in and just, you know, letting it come in and then feeling it. And my feet are, it's difficult to say because I keep stretching them now, but I think I have to stretch further to feel the -2 than I was. So it's still there, but it takes more to aggravate it.
So there's more progressive release, you know, and freedom and relax and movement before you get like still a little bit of blockage. Yeah.
But in that last thing we did, it was more about this allowing the love in. So it wasn't. It almost took longer to get to my feet. It wasn't really. You know, it was more just a nice feeling, probably in the heart.
Yeah.
And I think I forgot my feet a little bit.
Yeah. So, but that's good, you know. So it's opening up, allowing, you know, and all your body kind of getting some flow. That's good. Yeah. So, what about Rosette?
Well, the interesting thing was that I didn't think it can go away, you know, because the physician says you cannot do much about it.
Yeah.
So I realized that, in fact, I have to believe that it can go away. That's the first big thing. and then it went away tonight, and it's really interesting. I'm going to do it again.
So that's good. When you say it's gone away, was it a particular joint or all of your pains, or what were you focusing on?
Yeah, at least where I focused, it's away. You know, it went away.
So the one that you focused is gone.
Yeah. And especially, I realized that I can do something more than I was told, and that's nice.
Yeah. When I studied as a herbalist a long time ago, one of the things that was a principle that we learned was that when doctors say you can and can't do, they're speaking from their experience of their tools and methods, what can be done with their tools and methods. So they don't know what other tools outside of their knowledge can and can't do. So we should remember that when we listen to the doctor saying this is your limit, whatever. What they're saying is, with the knowledge I have and the tools I have, this and you limit. So that's good. So good evolutions then. So just before we kind of wrap up this session, just want to, I've kind of showed you using your attention and your intention and allowing and bringing your awareness of what we're doing when we're doing this focus and using intention, and how we can enhance the quality of it so we can accelerate healing. We can, when we're moving gently into this smiling with, so not just looking gently, looking with love, looking with compassion, but then smiling as we do it is actually raising our own energy state. So the state that we're in is what we're shining the place in the body that we're focusing on. So when we're in happy love and we're shining happy love to our tired eyes or tired feet, then that's a higher vibration than looking just with love, whatever that is. So so there's different amounts of different degrees of states that we can be in, and so we can even go into this thankfulness and happiness that here we are doing this again, we're lifting our energy up, and even beyond that, as Margarita's already been talking about, is we can raise our energy into, well, who are we thanking? What are we thanking? Who are we saying thank you, or what are we saying thank you to? And then there's the whole, your awareness grows and your energy can raise higher into almost like, how amazing is this? Then there's like wonder and adoration, like almost moving to a worship state of energy to shine to the place that needs it. So so either you could evoke that in the beginning, as Margarita did, but you can move into it gradually if you're not able to go there immediately. But you can move into it gradually and raise your energy up by just that awareness of, wow, this is what we're doing, and feeling better and better in yourself, and raising the energy quality that you're shining to yourself. And I have found doing that also then accelerates the healing, like it's got more power of healing to do that. So I don't know if you have any particular observations from that experience to kind of share about that.
No, it was very good. Satisfying.
Yeah.
What I just feel is that that word oceans of love that Sylvia uses, that, you know, that we can explore that much more for what we need. You know, that, you know, what do the oceans of love need to give, you know, a situation or a person or my body? What is the oceans of love? Because, like, not everybody feels like a personal religion the way I do.
Yeah, not everybody feels the same way. I had somebody I was working with like last week, and he said, well, I don't know what that means, to shine love at myself. So I said, well, okay, well, when you're looking at your son, you know, your little boy, how you feel towards him? Yeah, of course I love him. Or when you're looking at a little kitten, you know, little tiny fluffy ball, a kitten, you know, how do you feel towards that? I said, well, that's the feeling you want to be feeling to yourself, you know. And it's like, it's quite an alien concept. I remember back my early days in doing energy work, the whole idea of directing any kind of attention into yourself was quite an alien thing. So so it's not always evident to somebody, so we can kind of go step by step. Okay, well, that brings us to tonight's conclusion. So good. Let's just like,
thank you very much to you anyway.
Thank you so much, Sandra.
Yes.
I don't think you realize what you started.
so let's see how it evolves. It's a new thing. Yeah, it's a new, you know, it's new to just gather and just work through our things and just bringing love to it, and with awareness of what we're doing, and just to see how things can evolve and exploring together. So so I just want to say thanks to everybody, and I'm thankful for this time together. It's quite special, and looking forward to how it evolves. So for those joining, watching afterwards, Aok and Karen, I hope that by this stage you managed to have a good experience and also learn some principles to work with that for your energy work, and hope to see you on the next one. So see you next. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And see you next week.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.